Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to online class organized by Hatgopalpur Secondary School. Dear students, how are you? I hope you are well. I am also well by the grace of Almighty Allah. You know, we are passing a critical time due to coronavirus. Unfortunately, the present world has never seen this such situation that about 130 million students remain at home. Their educational system has stopped, and our classes remain standstill. For time being, it is a demand to continue online classes, and I am trying to continue the class. Now I shall start our lesson today. First, I would introduce myself. I am Muhammad Lutful Qayyum, assistant teacher, English, Hatgopalpur Secondary School, Zinaidaho. Now we are going to our main lesson. Look at the pictures. These are the pictures of train journey or railway station. It is a common sight in our country. But in the two pictures, we see some difference between picture number 1 and picture number 2. The first picture is the common picture of our rail station, and the other is the picture of foreign country. If you see, you notice that from the picture there is a sign from a railway carriage. So here we find some issue that what will we teach or learn in the lesson. Next, we see two pictures, and he is the man of great. He is a poet. His name is Robert Louis Stevenson. So, students, it is very easy to guess. Today our lesson is traveling by train and from a railway carriage. You will find the lesson in the book English first paper, class 7, unit 6, and the lesson is 5 or 6. Now, after finishing the learning, I guess the student or learners will be able to talk about train journey, ask and answer question, read and understand the text, write something about Robert Louis Stevenson poem. So our lesson consists of two parts. One is a passage and other is a poem. First, after starting our lesson, we shall read out or find out new words or vocabulary. First, haze. Haze means a row of bushes or some trees. Second, charge. Attack or rush. Third, straining means hanging. Fourth, lamb means move heavily along. 5, bramble, a prickly bush. 6, tramp, a homeless and jobless person. 7, glimpse, a look at something, a very short time. So, students, some words maybe find difficult, but if you practice or continue a lesson, this will not be very difficult. Now, let us read out the passage. Jason, Julie and their parents, Mr. and Mrs. Arif Khan, got into a first-class compartment at Komlapur rail station. Here, we see Jason, Julie and their parents. The three named Jason and Julie, they are a child test. They are going to their parents. It was Dawanganj bound express. The train left at 8 o'clock. Jason saw that the departure time on the big time table at the station was 7:30. However, the train was running quite fast. The children sat by the window beside their parents. Their compartment was half empty. Yesterday, Julie downloaded a beautiful poem on a train journey by Robert Louis Stevenson. She took a printout of the poem. She was looking out and saw the passing things. Then she took out the poem and began to read. In the passage, we see a common picture of our train journey. The two boys, a child, are going to their parents at the station. Here we find some picture of the station. Next, we will read out the poem. Here it is mentioned that Mr. Robert Louis Stevenson took the main picture or catastrophe of the atmosphere, faster than fairies, faster than wishes. Here the poet want to say that the train is moving faster than fairies. You know, fairies and wishes, both of them are belonging to magical power. They both run very much swift. Bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle. Here we find a picture, some house, hedge, ditch, and they looks like too much little because the train is moving too fast. All through the meadows, the horse and cattle, and then the train past the meadows, all things will be small, look small, and all the sides of the hill and plain fly as thick as driving rain. Here, driving rain means in the summer, sometime we find some rain that is very much swiftly and it never lost longer. This is time the train is moving just like a driving rain and ever again in the wink of eye, and the train moves so fast just like a twinkle. Painted station whistle by. In the running of the train doesn't stop every station. So in the local station, the station looks like painted, just like a picture of a thing. Here is a child who clambers and scrabbles, and beside the train and the houses, some child scrambles and gather brambles. Here is a tramp who turns and gazes. Here is the green for stringing daisies. Here we see some picture. Some boys are bramble and scrambling, and sometimes they are making garland. Here we mentioned a flower daisy, but in our country we do not find daisy. It is a similar flower of the foreign country. Here is a cart runaway in the road, lumping along with a man and load, and here is a mill and there is a river. Is a glimpse and gone forever. It is the main picture of the site of our rail station. The poet tries to portray this, but in our situation it may not be same. Now, after finishing the lesson, it is very much necessary to evaluate. Without evaluation, no effort will be successful or fruitful. But in online class, it is not possible for us to evaluate. But I think if we evaluate 2 or 3 questions, and if we find these answers of the question, I think the lesson will be successful or fruitful and helpful. First, where was the train going? We know the train was going Dawanbag Express. So we have already mentioned this, and I think the lesson is fruitful. Second, where did Julie get the poem from? This question answer is also here. Julie has got the poem from internet. Here we learn that from internet we can gather or know everything. Finally, what was Julie doing from her seat? In the picture we see Julie was sitting in the window, and she tries to see everything. Finally, homework. Your homework is write a paragraph about your experience on your first train journey. This means you have recently paid a train journey, and now write your own experience like Julie, that Julie had noticed and what you have noticed. Finally, thank you everybody, and that is all. See you again for the next class.